Listen, the only 5% of the world's population know about crypto.
Exactly.
And
And
you're
it's
early.
good. And imagine we're here and we're part of them.
I'm part of them,
Yeah.
basically.
No, we, not you. We, all of us. Yeah. Don't let us out. Don't leave us out.
That was just banter. You wanted to.
Hello everyone, my name is Alinde Bobson, a former student on MicroPlus Labs. In the Afro community, they know me as the CSO, which is Chief Security Officer. Now with me, I am welcoming you all to this podcast, 1 Million Afro and a Vision. And today's guests are Lucious on my left and Tales of Emar on my right. But I'd like to begin with Lucious. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself, expressively, really.
Thank you, Afande Bobson. It's good to be here. I am Lucious Machiavelli, a MicroPlus student from 2023 and an AfroToken holder. I've been around for quite some time. Those guys are like behind the scenes. I don't like to be out into the public too much, but every time I get to meet with like-minded people, have a small conversation, it feels good.
Yeah. I mean, you're a keyboard warrior, but physically you don't talk much. Yeah. So on my right, Tales of Emar, please introduce yourself.
So, hello everyone. I'm Tales of Emar, been a student of MicroPlus since 2023. Yeah, the first cohort that began the rest of time. So I'm a forex trader and I'm a crypto holder. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's good today that you've not started with I personally. I know you like telling stories and
The stories are coming.
yeah. Anyway, to get into the conversation, right? The topic today here, we are looking at our journey in crypto. Yes, what has it been like for us as the youth, as people who are starting up in this, space, the blockchain space, the crypto space, the digital space that is, erupting up. So, Lucious, what can you tell us about your journey in the crypto? How have you started, and what was the genesis of it?
My journey actually began recently in the previous bull run in the lockdown. I believe it was 2021. It's when I got to know about Bitcoin, and I used to use Bitcoin for making transactions because I was learning forex. So I used to, when I'm buying for farm or maybe dealing with someone, I used to send someone crypto. They give me whatever I need. I knew about Bitcoin, but I didn't know the concept of everything until I got to hear about MicroPlus Labs, and then I graduated as a 2023 student. Then I became very well versed with crypto. However, I remember I bought some BTC for transactions. I even still have part of it on. I used an application. It was known as Pexful. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Yeah.
Pexful. Yeah. I used to use it. I didn't even know how to use it very well compared to Binance. Today we have easy P2P.
Wasn't it the East African thing?
Yeah, that's the one. Now it was actually quite hard to use it. Even trusting someone. They say all of this is built around trust, but it was really hard for us. So I remember buying it was at 70 something, 60 something there, 70, around 69 there. It was high. It was quite high, and it was at the peak of the bull run. So you can imagine. So when I had the bull and I got to learn about crypto and everything and learning how the value goes, then I became a student. I decided to go back and check on my old account, thinking maybe it went up a little bit, not knowing I actually bought and guys just surprised people were buying it. So when came back to it and I saw the entire thing it was still low, So that's where my journey began from 2021. That was the basics of crypto transactions. Then getting to know about crypto, like other tokens, understanding the concept, the technology, the mechanism, all came after being a student of MicroPlus Labs, which I'm proud of, by the way.
Oh, that's good. I mean, very many people quote that top now for you.
That's
provided liquidity.
Provided liquidity. It's good though. But it's amazing that the journey of crypto has at least you have to get banned. Just like how a baby can't crawl and start walking with them without them being injured at some point or falling. So the steps we take in our journey are very crucial. So Emma, what was it like for you joining into this space? You've been known as a prominent trader. What has your journey been like?
In quotations,
I sweep stop losses for lunch. I'm supposed to ask Alinde here, usual meals.
You never have my entries, but please give us your take.
So my journey in the digital space started in 2019. You know, COVID-19, the world sent us back to where we belong. You're seated somewhere, you can't move, you fear death. So as a human being, as a youth, had to look for sources of income. Of course, there were scammed during the lockdown. Put money here, you're taken out. So I come from a separate family, and by then I was staying with my dad. And the friends I had left back where my mom stays, these guys had discovered trading, and I was the only one who wasn't there actually. So by the time I came back, these guys knew some concepts, and you know when someone is talking about something that you don't know, you're going to be quiet. Mostly if the boys have banter like Lucious here, you have to just keep quiet and watch the space. So I see these guys make money. We're taking a walk. Guys are making money. It was boom and crash by then. So I go to the most silent person in the space, in the circle. I tell him, give me your videos. He gave me a bunch of videos, 50 GB, no direction. So I decided to go and sit down and watch. By then, my sister had a laptop actually. So I put everything on a laptop, and I was watching a series of videos. That's when I went to YouTube now. I found Habi FX and Jeffrey. They were interviewing themselves. And this guy was asking his friend, they're actually friends, how much do you make in a day? And it was around what I was looking at. So I began learning from those guys. They're actually rich, so I can say rich forex traders in Africa. That's how amazing it is. So, fast forward, I hated crypto. I didn't want anything to do with crypto until I used to follow Festo. If you guys know Festo, Sam Festo, I hope you know him.
They have to. They have
He's
to.
a founder.
We're here. They have to.
There guys.
No introduction. No introduction needed.
No introduction needed.
If you don't know him, you can please Google him.
So
Just
I
Google
was
him,
following
that's
this
enough.
guy from 2021. I see the guy brings back a car that has been destroyed in a couple of minutes. So I'm like, what does this guy do? Imports the other car, the i8, during lockdown. Everyone is broke. Man is cruising in an i8. What does this guy do? So 2023 announces that, hey, I'm going to teach you for free. So my ambition was not to learn crypto. No, I didn't even know he's going to teach crypto. But I didn't go there to learn. I didn't sign up Mitra Plus to learn because I believed I knew everything around making money.
Yeah.
So I sign up and I'm in the background, backbencher. So and I'm just there looking at what everyone is discussing. Blockchain. He's telling the story. And in that story, all I can remember is he said, I've invested $4 million in this. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I think there's money to be given out. I think I'll get a share of this $4.5 million. But I guess now I'm stuck. I know crypto now.
You're not even a tutor.
I'm
Still
stuck
on
with
Twitter.
these guys. Yeah, so that's the journey, I believe. Yeah.
So you've talked about coming, being a backbencher and all that stuff. How has it been like for you being a Mitra Plus Lab student tutor? How has it been like, from wanting to be in the shadows and now you are out there tutoring the students? What does it look
So as a human being, I'm kind of greedy.
Yeah.
I believe owning the supply chain is what makes you different, is what makes you rich. Imagine you are a farmer. To make more money, you have to enter agro-processing. You get?
Yeah.
So being a student, at first I didn't have the zeal of learning crypto until, of course, I kept attending these spaces and the lessons on Zoom.
Yeah.
So I just started learning things. And of course, I already had a background of Forex. So it was easy for me to just maneuver. Only the hard terms that I still struggle with somehow. Yeah, but the thing is, I always want to be among the top. Even though I'm down there, I'll always build myself to where I'm seen so that I benefit from the whole thing. And I believe it's what everyone is supposed to to do.
Yeah. Being
And it's-
ambitious is good.
Being ambitious is what sets you apart.
Yeah.
You can't benefit if you're in a background of 200 million people. You can't.
Yeah.
But if you come out and you know me today, I'm here, it sets a very big precedent.
Yeah.
That's why I make so much noise.
I mean, not more than Lucious. I mean, even from day one, I think in our first cohort, if you didn't know Lucious in the first cohort, then you were not a student.
I actually wanted to block him one day.
Very many people, but I think you grow up to know
It's-
someone.
You
yeah.
get to know people.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's good though. So, Lucious, what has your journey in MitroPlus been like? Engaging with the community, having to learn these things from our founder, our tutors. What has it been like for you?
Being a MitroPlus student has actually been quite a journey and an interesting one.
Yeah.
I've got to learn a lot of things that have changed me as a person. I now see things in a different perspective when it comes to money, when it comes to people, when it comes to speech, because I believe MitroPlus Labs hasn't only taught me how to trade or particularly how to trade or how to look at this metaverse AI. No, it has taught me how to be a different person.
Yeah.
Do you see things in a different perspective? Those days, if I hear about 10k USD, I'd be like, bro, how do I get this money? How do I get this, right?
Yeah.
Now I hear about 10k and I'm like, cool. It's cool,
Yeah,
right?
it's
The
yeah,
entire
it's
mindset
been
has changed. Because, and
yeah.
why is that? Because of the interactions like this. With you people here, and also the tutors,
Yeah.
it's made me change in a different perspective.
Yeah, that's good.
And also, it has made me the value it added onto me, right? Telling people I'm a MitroPlus student, it's actually a big thing.
Yeah,
Because now being a pioneer into a project that has just been launched like this is actually a big thing. And now everyone knows Lucious here. Some people know Lucious there and it feels good, when someone knows your name. Yeah, they know. I mean, they know the knowledge you possess.
Yeah.
And knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So I can, even if I go into trading, but just from that little thing it has given me, people know the knowledge I have. People will come to me for my knowledge. And you can use that against anyone,
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
yeah, that's how it has been for me as a MitroPlus student. And if I'm to go from MitroPlus then to AfroToken, that's even another bigger thing.
It's a big thing.
It's a bigger thing.
Yeah, I understand. For those watching us and you are just tuning in, please, this is the 6th episode of AfroToken. Yeah, the 1 million AfroToken and the vision. It's big, Shortly, we are going to dive into what it means for us to hold AfroToken as pioneer students, what it means for us to be part of this big community that keeps growing day by day. It's not a small feat, so it's a good thing for us. You can go on our social accounts, especially Twitter. Go follow us. Turn on the notifications. If it is YouTube, you can still turn on the notifications and subscribe so that you get the updates that usually come through when the community releases new info. Like he said, knowledge is power. And for you to make it in this space, you need to be as knowledgeable as possible. And MitroPlus Labs is offering this. So to start with, Emma, what does it mean for you to be in AfroToken, especially being an early adopter? What does it mean for you as a person?
Okay, now it means so many things. Early adopter, I mean, even someone who invests by the time they're watching this podcast is, can I say early?
Yeah.
People are still early in Bitcoin actually, but there are people who are much, much early. But always jumping in on a technology that is new is something. Look at the internet in 2001. Imagine the people who picked up the speed so fast, the people who taught the other people how to use the internet.
Yeah.
It sets a different precedent. So being the first at something is always what it builds your path, because you know how everything works. You're going to teach masses.
Yeah. That's
So I believe AfroToken, you remember the day AfroToken launched? Should we dive into that?
we
that
can. I
conversation
mean,
right now?
it's a conversation. So
Look at the
get
day
into it.
AfroToken launched. Well, around 30. In fact, Elvis was the first to say it,
Yeah,
but no
that's
one
right.
believed. Hey, AfroToken, MitroPlus meme is coming up. No reply. We jump on the space. 30 people on the space. You didn't believe? Did you believe?
I was actually the first person to share it before before they talked about it in the space, they shared the CA in the comment section, and I was the first one to quote it.
Now look at where we are right now, being an early adopter. It said so
now,
many things.
does 10K look like something to you now? Hmm?
You
You can answer it.
Don't start. Yeah, but it's something good being first at something. I don't regret buying it first. And I believe with all the projects that we're going to have, it's going to be seamless. That's all I can say.
That's good. Lucious, you're known for making the most noise in the community.
He makes the most noise.
He makes the most.
And everyone knows him for that.
We all know. But so this noise you're making, it's kind of good, because at some point you're engaging the community. What does community mean for AfroToken, especially now that we are building and being a much bigger community and a bigger brand out there, Token? So what do you think?
For me, when I hear community, I hear family, right? Bonding and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. And it's actually what I hear and understand, because that's why I'm always someone who doesn't, when I find, I come into the group chat and the community is down, I'll try to hype it up a little bit. You can't always be there and keep quiet and stuff like that. I mean, guys, it's a meme token. The word meme is supposed to be fun.
Supposed to be vibe.
Yeah, vibe and fun. So that's how I am. And for me, community means everything. As in the crypto space, we know one thing. If you don't have a strong community and supportive, like you see how we're here, fine, we do have a founder. But if the founder is not there, we're still going to move it.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for him to tell, please say
it
this.
won't be a city.
Yeah. Still, we still move it.
Yeah.
With or without him, we have to work,
Yeah.
And because we know the power of this technology and everything. So to me, community is everything. And for coming from Africa, being part of an African community is something very different from the rest. Why I say that is because in Africa, we are all different. But to get a few people who can have the same mindset like we do and sit down and understand each other and move something like the way we move Afro, the way we talk about Afro is amazing. And I believe our community is one of the strongest out there. Just that people haven't got to see it, but when the exposure comes in, it's going to be big. All of us here, we've invested into tokens that have zero to no community.
Yeah.
They talk about we're from here, the guys from there, but no community at all. No unity,
Yeah.
And for us in Africa, we have that unity a lot, right? If we can sit down and talk about it, we have that unity.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like I said, community means family to me.
Yeah, I do relate. Actually, this afternoon our founder said something that stood out to me. He said, you can attack me, but when you come for the community, we are going to have a problem. So he doesn't have a problem with you attacking him. I mean, he has been through that.
Yeah.
But now when it comes to the community, there are people we have to put up even from down. This is new technology in Africa, especially in Uganda. Taking up something that is authentic and legit means so much to him and to us as a family, like you've called it. So community is very important. What do you think about the title of this podcast here? The 1 million vision. What does it mean to us, as the youth, as Africans, having that targets? Because now, to me, I look at us buying into Afro because of the vision, not because of fundamentals, not because of technical analysis and all that stuff, but we are buying into a vision. We have something we are believing much in better than others. So what does it mean? The title, what does it mean, Emar?
Okay, you hear 1 million Afros. AfroToken is our project as a community. It's not one person. Most people think it's one person, but it's me and you, for everyone who has invested in or has bought, can I say shares of it? So by having a plan, 1 million Afros means it's like a target for you. You get, because if you hold 1 million Afros, it's life changing for the numbers. For those, the world is running on numbers. So that's like a target. I always tell people to have a plan. Even before you buy AfroToken, you're supposed to have a plan, supposed to have a target. Lucious, I don't know if Lucious has a target though.
No, everyone has a target.
These are people
before
who
you
buy.
go further, even in life, they tell you.
These are people who buy in every day.
Yeah.
You may
Accumulating.
have a target.
No, listen, even from your life perspective, in life you already have a target. By this age I want to do this. By tomorrow, I should do this. So in everything you do, you need to have a target.
So I would mention Lucious's targets of Afros. Security wise. But for the targets, to aim for a million Afros, because it gives you that wide spectrum. Let me say I hit a billion market cap of Afros. I can first withdraw some. I still have a bag of a million that I can pick from. But imagine you have a small amount. I'm not saying it's bad, but it gives you that it's like a narrow gap that you're supposed to pick from. Every Afro of course is valuable. Right now, if I told you to airdrop me a few Afros, most of us can't, because it's what you're keeping. But
Because you know the value, at 1 billion, you're like,
this is
so-
my friends actually, I have a few friends of mine in the UK who want some Afro. They told me, man, can't I airdrop you Afro? But if you want some pounds, you tell me. But if it's Afro, no Afro.
it's
Because they know the value.
because it's the target. So the title giving us a million, it gives us a vision to look at that. Okay, I have this money, but I need to look at owning a million. It's the way you start with one plot of land to an acre to much more square miles. So being a million there, you shouldn't. I always discourage someone saying you have a 1 million already. I can't reach a million. No, you can always accumulate, and that's why this podcast is called 1 million Afros and a vision. Yeah, even though you reach 900k, aim for 1 million. That's it.
Keeping the conversation going, for those who would like to be part of the Micro Plus Labs community, new classes are yet to be announced. The forms will be out. Like I said, knowledge is power, and we are getting into the bull run. And being behind a community or inside a community that is teaching people, educating people about blockchain, this could give you the edge and the knowledge for you to get through this bull run. It's very important. So you can go still on mitropluslabs.com, look through, join the Telegram. You can go through the link tree, get familiar with the website, and be part of the community, because all this, even getting AfroToken, was because of being in Micro Plus Labs. We started a big number in the first cohort, but I kid you not,
That was a movie.
at the end of it all, I think about 30 students are the ones who bought into Afro. Yet we started like
And
200.
you know what's
plus.
funny? Even of the 30 students, right now, the ones who are talking about Afro or shooting Afro, I think I can count them by my fingers.
Yeah, you see, man, it's crazy.
So everything keeps on going down.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember the first session, the first Micro Plus session. We were many.
We had over 200
Different countries.
different countries, yes.
All over Africa.
Yeah, Nigeria, Kenya, but now,
They would ask you who is the founder of Micro Plus, and you're like, you don't know who the founder is.
yeah.
But
You know the sieve is.
But when it came to studying, learning and keeping that consistency in learning, it all went down.
we went down.
I remember when we had our first test, I think we were about 96 people first. The first test that we had, then we continued like that. Now you see how we are now.
But you use ChatGPT though.
It's crazy. You look at the day when they launched AfroToken, only 30 people were on that space.
On the space,
To imagine that if you were to be taken back in time, that would have been the biggest space, biggest numbers, but only 30 people.
But anyway, it's just how the world is. If you see, even from the Bible perspective, right?
Yeah.
Remember that thing of where Jesus said, many people are following him, right, at the beginning. But when he was started telling the truth and everything, people started living it. Only 12 guys remained out of thousands. So that's the same issue here.
Anyway, it's important to be in the community, not on the outcasts. You have to be in the community. We knew about AfroToken because we were in the community. This meant
consistency,
so much.
the consistency.
Consistency, also being consistent.
No one came out and said that, AfroToken, this is going to be this, so that, to bring people in. No. Just because we were consistent, that's why we found it there.
That's good. Now, I want to talk about conviction. We have been involved in different projects. What is your conviction? Why are you holding AfroToken? Why AfroToken against all the other memes? Why AfroToken?
Okay, I have several reasons, but I'm gonna give my first reason, right, to why when I got into that very space that day, why I bought into Afro and why I still hold it up to date. The first reason why I bought into Afro is because, first of all, I need a community behind it. Micro Plus Labs. I know the founder, and I know great things about him. And not only knowing great things about him, I mean, his success can speak for himself.
Yeah.
He has never come out and said, guys, this. No. His success speaks for himself. And that's what I believe in something. When you're successful, your success speaks for yourself, right? Then that's one reason why I bought it to Afro. Another thing also, I'm someone who likes being part of things, right? I've been part of MicroPlus Labs for all this time. When AfroToken's coming around, I was even kind of broke, but I was like, man, I can't miss out on this opportunity, man.
I broke 4 months ago.
Yeah.
No, it's rich. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really something exciting for me. And that's from the other side, the crypto perspective, right?
Yeah.
This is me as an individual. When the crypto perspective comes in, I remember during the MicroPlus classes, I think among you, all of us, I don't know if the three of us or just me and Emma, we won those books, the Crypto Guide. And I remember when they mentioned my name to win one of those books, and I read that book that I got it. I remember that I received it, I read it, and it taught me a few lessons of what to look to when you're investing into
me for that book. He bantered me for that book. I posted a picture of the book and I was like, nah, remove your watch.
The way you posted the picture, that's another story for that time. But we get that. So when I received that book, I read it, and it gave me tips on what to look into when investing into a token. And I added to the same knowledge I had in a MicroPlus class, and I look at the AfroToken. It suits all the green flags that I need.
Yeah.
The community, it said it needs to have some devs who are popular in the space. The founder is a very popular person in the space. We have Analysis is a very good guy in the forex space. Then we have Ramakizito, our Solana holder. You know, you can know everything. So it has some big devs behind it. Then you look at the community, right? Yeah. We're all new into this crypto space, but we're united, and that's all that matters. As long as we're united, we can understand each other. We believe into each other, you know? Yeah. That's another thing from the crypto space. So it matched all the green flags that I would have to look into, so I would have to look into when I'm staying into a token. It had all of them. So that's when I went into it. Yeah. And now, what makes me hold AfroToken today? Go through the tantrum, let us say the market cap comes down. I have friends who, every time the market cap wants to come down, they buy. It's just for them. Even if right now the market cap comes down, let us say the bought at 2.8 comes down to 2.6, they buy because they have their salary. They get paid weekly. So for them, their thing is even beyond that 1 million vision after it. So they keep on buying every day that comes in. And that's the power of this, but of understanding the market dynamics, right? So what keeps me going through all these tantrums when the market caps comes down and people start crying, you see text messages there and then, is because like I said, knowledge is power. If I didn't know this knowledge that I have today from MicroPlus Labs, every time I see a market cap come down, I'd be like, man, where's my secret? Where's my passport? You know? Yeah. I'd get hesitant and stuff like that. But because I know how the market works, right, with all this knowledge that I have, it's what keeps me holding. Even if I don't attend an Afro hour to hear from the founder, right, to tell me, oh, keep holding, keep doing this, I know how the power in holding is. From using history. Look at any, like you said, being a pioneer in anything, right? These guys are pioneer in everything. Do you know why they are where they are today? It's because they held onto the things that they have. Yeah. So if you can't hold, you can't win. And that's it for me. You know?
I mean, you know, the advice I can give people out there as a youth, look at yourself from the perspective of a developer or an investor. You know, when you buy a plot of land, I want to, you know, look at it from that perspective. You go and buy a plot of land and your goal is to, you know, develop the land. Either put up recreation, or you put up an estate, or you're going to put up an arcade. What do you do first? You have to clear the land. Yeah. You have to clear the land. You have to prepare the land.
The foundation.
That is the foundation, and that's all the process.
And the hardest part is actually the foundation. If you make anything work in the foundation, the entire building is going to crash.
Yeah, which is why, you know, it is important for us to go through the distribution stage.
Yeah.
You know, it's laying a
teaches you.
foundation.
I remember the founder said, you guys are going to learn a lot of things from that. And I remember it played with my emotions.
I know his foundation stage was come before. That's what the foundation is.
So all the emotions, guys. You can now study your own emotions. Yeah. You used to teach us psychological classes.
Yeah, I'm a teacher, by the way.
Yeah. Now you see how it's all playing around.
You should be proud that some of the
podcast with a tutor. It's amazing though, you know. So like I was saying, as you're building, there are days that are going to be bad. You know, maybe one of your workers will get injured or be sick and they will not
Rainy
come
day.
to work. Rainy day, you're laying bricks and it's raining. You know, it's you know, all these things happen, but at the end of the day, the building, the estate, the recreational center will come up just fine. You know, it's going to even attract more people. So right now, I think we have to embrace the growth stage for AfroToken. You know, that retracements are happening. This is building us. It's an educational meme. How are you going to
Exactly.
master
Thank
the
you.
psychology
Thank you
of
for
this?
that.
Yeah,
Thank
without
you for
knowing.
that. We're learning from it. Even someone who wasn't part of the Micro Plus classes,
Yeah.
when they come into Afro, they learn a lot of things.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So, Emma, what would you advise your students? You know, you're now a student.
Let me motivate them.
You want to give them, you know, it may be story time.
Let
Yeah.
me start with why I'm holding this token. It takes me back to the story that I said before. I'm not supposed to be holding any crypto right now.
You're supposed to be
'cause I hate
hating it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So these guys are my friends. Let them not seem like we met today. And there are a few more others. There is Paxson behind there. But who was scam before. You know, we have been
21
studying.
orders. It's good with the 21 orders.
who was scam before, by the way. We were in the Metro Plus classes, but
Yeah.
we lost some money trying to be fast. You know, these guys would,
Being
when
a
we were
pioneer,
taught,
we're trying to be a
yeah,
pioneer.
we were trying to be pioneers in projects that they've just introduced to us deck screen and we're rushing in there. Want to buy a Lamborghini the next month. But guess what? We are burnt. Many projects we tried, you put the Solana, $100, you're burnt after 2 hours. But then there's something authentic. It takes me back to the scams that have been in our country. People rush for a scam, but they don't hear about the real thing. But the reason why I'm holding is, first of all, it's just for my pride. I can't be in Metro Plus for 2 years and not.
Be
Actually,
proud
if
of
I knew, remember the first space we had?
Yeah.
We were 30. No one knew we would perform this good. 2 million market cap.
Friday.
No one knew. We have hit 12.
I remember it was a Friday, this space. It was Friday, Saturday?
Thursday.
Thursday, yes. Thursday.
No one knew we would hit this.
Yeah.
2 million market cap. To some people, it's bad. But for us who started it, and with the number of people we started, it's a good number. You get
Very good.
So imagine we knew how far we'd come.
Hey, we'd
We'd buy out the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow, the pool, yeah.
But we're reluctant. And trust me, that's why there's no... there's a next token, but to be in that token, you're supposed to be in Mitra Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
community.
So first, that's the reason I'm holding. I've watched us grow. I can't sell out at 100 million market cap because I know what the people who are running this thing are capable
Yeah.
of. How would it look if I sell out at 100 and Lucious holds up to
1 billion.
up to 20
Yes,
billion?
man.
I won't cross him.
You can't. You
So,
can't.
so that's the reason. It's just
Yeah.
psychological. I can't sell. And I know these guys are watching my wallets too. I can't sell. But also for my life too. I can't sell because this is something that can change.
Your
It
life
has
is
already
good.
changed Lucious's life. Look at how he's looking.
He's a happy
But
man.
this can do for us much more. You get
yeah,
it can do
yeah.
for us much more. And I want to just tell everyone out there, if you have not yet invested, don't mind about these people, motivational speakers who tell you not to buy crypto. Your auntie is out there, you know. Your auntie may tell you, sell out your tokens. Your auntie doesn't know about crypto. She just knows you got some money from the internet. You know they call it the internet. They're not Gen Zs, but all I
Actually,
can say is...
if I'm to add into what you're saying, right, and the era that we're now like in what we call a digital gold rush. I watched a video recently about that, and it's actually quite amazing how everyone, all these fintech companies, are rushing for something. What is that? This technology. This is the this
Did
is
you
the
see
blockchain technology.
what came out of Silicon Valley 2 days back?
Yeah.
Where a company, I found I even talked about it in the group. It's like these guys have been they've been in crypto for a while, but they haven't
The
come out to
CEO,
say.
the CEO Tim Cook.
Tim,
Yeah, Tim
Tim
Cook.
yeah.
But they're coming out now.
They're coming out now. Yeah, exactly.
And listen, the only 5% of the world's population know about crypto.
Exactly.
And
And
you're
it's
early.
good. And imagine we're here and we're part of them.
I'm part of them,
Yeah.
basically.
No, we, not you. We, all of us. Yeah. Don't let us out. Don't leave us out.
That was
Yeah.
just banter.
Yeah.
You wanted to. But guys, Buy AfroToken if you're wise. Don't cross me at 7 billion. and yet I told you about it.
Yeah. I keep telling people, it's one thing to miss out on Pepe, invest $100, make 1 million. You do not know what is happening in that community. But when it comes to Afro and you're in Uganda or Africa, it's a whole different story. I mean, you've been part of this community. You did not buy in the token, and these guys are now cruising past you. I mean, Lucious.
No, actually, thank you.
Let Lucious not cruise by you.
It will be crazy,
Just add on to that a little bit. I have a friend in the UK who I told about Afro in the Bonnie Curve. I told him, and for him, he had the money to invest.
Is that Russ?
No.
Russ, don't come for me though.
I had a friend in the UK. He's a very good friend of mine. We're very good friends. We've been friends for quite some time, and we've been in investments into crypto together, and we've faded out together, and we're both born together. So when Afro came up, I told him about it in the Bonnie Curve. He was reluctant. He missed out at the Bonnie Curve. When Afro reached 900k MC, he called me. He's like, he wants to buy
9 million.
900k MC.
Wow.
He was still early, at least he's still very early. But even then, when he bought it at 900k, he bought in a small amount. Still. Yet he had the money. Now, when he went to 8M, and then he saw, he first went to 1M from 900k, so he went to 1M. He just saw it's been going up. And from there, from 1M, we went to 9M after. Yeah. When he saw his portfolio had gone up, how crazy his portfolio had gone up, he got 2k USD. Now, that's when he wakes up to put in.
Yeah, that's how a human is supposed to behave. Like. I mean the 98%.
So, but now he's learned from his mistakes, and now he's learning to maneuver around them bit by bit. Yeah. That's why, like you have said, it's an education meme. So you learn from your mistakes.
Let me ask the host how many tokens he gave me that didn't make it out.
How many tokens did he give us? Not you. Please.
Out of 2 years, only one token has gone through. Guess what? Afro.
I give the good see. That's alpha. It's the biggest alpha you guys are going to get. It's amazing. But to wrap up this,
RIP to the money that we lost trying to make.
We are going to make.
But we've already made it back. Afro, even right now, I can say where I'm at. All the money I've lost in making crypto, Afro has bought it back, and times I don't know how much right now.
So do I deserve an airdrop?
For every $100 you lost, I think Afro's giving you more. So anyway, thank you all for joining us at this amazing podcast. As we wrap all this up, I leave a question to you guys. Do you want to be part of the revolution, or do you want to be left behind?
Or do you want me to ride over you with some dust?
And just let me know. Just don't be a weak hand.
Don't be a weak hand.
Don't be a weak hand. Yeah.
Don't be a weak hand.
Our great grandparents left our grandfathers lands. Our grandfathers left our fathers, land and education. Our fathers have given us education, and now it is upon us to ride onto the innovation. What are you leaving for your kids? Are you going to leave them a small plot of land that will squabble with around, or are you going to leave them with the knowledge, the blockchain knowledge, to be able to navigate in this space, come up with startups from Africa, things that are going to bring solutions in the tech world? Thank you all for joining us. I remain Alinde Bobson, your host of this lovely podcast. See you at the sun. Thank you.